just in between coats, spraying this one with an all glass 2-pack polyurethane, and then I use the undercoat, which was the epoxy undercoat. So I've still got another couple of litres to go. I think I've probably over mixed. I probably could have just mixed one more. Anyway, I'm going to use it all. And I've got a full pot going, 600 in that. So I've done 3 coats so far. Coverage is pretty good. Still the pinholes are shitting me, but coverage is good. Colour's okay. It's not my pick, but anyway, as long as the wife's happy. No sheen on it yet. It's so hot up here today. It's 40 plus, and it's fucking roasting hot. So man, I cannot get it to lay. It's going off as it comes out of the gun. So you know, it's already tacked off, and I've just stopped. So this time I've opened it up full. I'm only using 1.3. I was thinking of maybe going to the 1.4, but fuck, I don't know. I don't want to get a run. Don't want to get ahead of myself, you know. Where I've laid it up thick, it's got a sheen going, but on the sides where I'm just working along, getting coverage, yeah, it's lacking any shine whatsoever at the moment. So yeah, this time, like on the edges where I've hit it hard on the edges, yeah, it's shined up, and the back has, and obviously the transom where you get in and you get the wind effect where it fills in. But man, you just got to be careful of runs, because I don't want one. But yeah, like I said, I've got plenty of paint left. If I've got to do bloody 4 coats, I'll do 4 coats, I guess. So yeah, actually, you know how I said the other day that looked shit? Actually, it doesn't look too bad now. It's got a little bit of a wonk in it there, just a couple of wonks, but oh man, jeepers, come on, give me a break. That's myself. Yeah, so as you can see, no sheen at all on the side, so I'm going to have to cut and buff that. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but I think it's just too hot for me to be able to lay it up properly. I'm not a spray painter, but I mean, I talk to a lot of spray painting dudes, and there's a really lovely guy in town here that helps me out, and he said, yeah, I was going to struggle today, but I've got to go while there's no breeze. So there's not a breath today, so you know, you've got to do what you got to do. Right, I've made an executive decision. Just if anyone's interested, I use the Defects Pro Light. That's my gun of choice. I've got another Defects up there which I use for the gel coat, and my little mini gun just for, it's just a little cheapie, but it works quite well. But yeah, I'm going to the 1.4. I cannot get enough bloody paint out of this thing. It's insane. It's drying before it even gets to the bloody boat. So yeah, I'm just changing it out now. I've had to pull everything apart. There's my 1.4. I'm going to throw in new needle, and then we'll have another go. Still got stacks of paint left, and half this pot as well. But I cannot get that stuff to lay up at whatever I do. I was going super slow, and you can see here I was super slow in this corner, and it's laid up really nice there. I hope you can see that. But the rest of it, nah, it's crap. It's just crap. So I just cannot get enough paint out of the gun here. Like I said, where it builds up in the corners looks fantastic. There looks really good, but man, I need to get this paint on. So yeah, 1.4 it is. Here we go. Let's hope I don't get a run. Right, we're at the tedious process now. Sprayed it, the helm's in. Actually come up pretty good. Looks pretty good. A little bit long, I think, and I probably could angle the other at the top, the angle, straighten the angle out a little bit so it all came up a bit higher, because when I lift the floor up, I think the steering wheel is going to be a bit low. But anyway, we'll wait and see what happens. Probably be a while before I lift the floor. Okay, started sanding. As I suspected, I've got pinholes, and so I'm repainting quite a lot of the boat because I'm not happy with it. Like this section here is okay, but if you go along here, you will be able to see them, I'm pretty sure. Like, there is a lots of them still, and that's in the light, and yeah, there's a heap there. So yeah, I can't have that. Not parked in the driveway when people come and have a look at your work. And now up under here is okay because there's no sun on it, so this is pretty good. It's got a bit of dust on it still because I've just finished sanding it. It's gone to 1000 grit, but I've sanded through in a lot of spots, trying to get, like I've sanded through here, here, all on the corners, because if you're using a soft pad, you've got to stay away from the corners because it just wraps itself over the corners and rips the paint off. So I've got a few bits to get there. One here on the white because I've got pinholes on the white, which I'm redoing again. Where'd I come through? You can see here, sanded through there. So that's not acceptable. So yeah, so I've just ordered up some high fill bog, and I'll tape these sections, and I'll redo this. I'll redo this part of the hull all the way back, probably to the start of the window, just about there to the start of the window, down. I'll redo that on both sides. This side isn't as bad. This side's nowhere near as bad, but it's still not acceptable. Like, not for me anyway. Yeah, it's, you know, just a few here. See these ones? I just can't get them out. If I go much further, I'll sand through the paint anyway. I've gone through here. I've taken all the edge off there, trying to get them out. Yeah, it's a bugger. I've got a few in this, just here in this section here, from about where that dirty mark is there, through just till about here. There's a couple up here, but not enough to make me want to resand it. This side's under here, of course, has come up good because there's no pinholes under where the sun hasn't got to it, and there's pinholes start on this one about right at the same spot as the other, about right here. You can sort of see there where they start here. There's not many there, but anyway, I've ordered up enough paint just to do, so I can do this side here. I've ordered up another couple of litres. So only thing is I'll have to blend because they can't mix the colour for me. They've sent me the colour up, but I'll blend the colour myself. Hopefully I get it pretty right. Sanded these, not coming up too bad. I've still got a little bit more sanding to go. It's a little bit here, got to get. It's really hard to see that different light, you know. I've got a bit of sanding up the front to do. All the front deck and top deck I've still got to sand. All these sides here I've still got to sand all these yet, haven't done them. I've done all this. This is done with 1000 grit, so this is ready to polish. It's just dirty because I was working in the boat, but it's got quite a nice shine on it already. But I sanded through here too, so there's another bit I've got to fix. Sanded through here, sanded through there. Yeah, when you're trying to get imperfections out here on the corners with the soft one, I should know better. I've used them 100 times, and anyway, you just think you can get away with it, but you can't. Down here, this is going to be gel coated. It's going to have a gel coat lip on this anyway, on the quirk, so that's not really any issue there. There's another couple up here, but by the time the gunnel rubber goes on, 40mm gunnel rubber, you're going to lose that. You're not going to see them. The back actually has come up really good, even though this would have copped a bit of sun, but it's actually pretty good. There's not enough pinholes in it. There's half a dozen or so, but it's not enough to make me repaint it. So that's going to be what it is. A couple of little ones here, which I'll touch up. I'll do them manually. Now under here, this was the way it worked out with the colour. To match the colour, I don't like it at all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint from here right up. Excuse me, up under the marlin board. Even though it's on the gel coat, I don't care. I've sanded all the gel coat back, ready to ready to paint it because it looks shit. Excuse me. Yes, I'm not happy with that at all. So we're doing that. Quite a few pinholes in this, which is unusual when it came out of the mould to have pinholes in it, and I didn't even pick up on it. So, but yeah, that'll get painted blue right to there on both sides, which it'll look heaps better. It looks crap. It looks crap at the moment. Don't it's just dust. But yeah, so I'll go blue to the top. I was going to just paint it all white, but then I've got an edge here that's painted white and blah blah blah. Yeah, so too many freaking edges. What else has happened? That's about it really. I think I've got the gunnel rubber coming up. I'm using white with the black strip in it. I think it'll look alright. Chrome end caps for the gunnels. I was going to finish this gunnel here and cut all that off, but it was just too much work, and I just don't have the time. I've got to make some money. I've got to get back working. So yeah, I haven't even looked up here myself. Oh yeah, it looks pretty good. Up here, looks pretty nice. don't have to worry about any of this. I'm going to put all soft deck on there anyway, so I'll sand these back a little bit. Geez, they're not too bad. They've come up all right. A couple of little bits and pieces of dust and that's fallen in them, but I might just hit them with a buff and with a bit of 1010. That'll cut out to 800 anyway. So yeah, have to do the when the sun goes down. It's too friggin' hot at the moment. I'll get up and finish this off, but that's going to come back nice and flat. There's no pinholes in this, which is really odd. So I'll be able to flatten that off. And then, yeah, next week, well, it's Christmas, but I would have liked to have got the wavebreaker on, but I got to get the local boiler maker to make me up a bracket to fit it, so he's flat out until after Chrissy. He doesn't come back until the 6th, so I'm kind of fucked there. Yeah, anyway, that's the progress. Yeah, I'm supposed to have another boat, or 2 boats this year to paint. I'll tell you, I'm not looking forward to it. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Maybe I can talk them out of it. Yeah. Alright, I don't make any money that way, but anyway. Yeah, alright. Righto, the paint's turned up. Pen Guard HP, this is the high build. So, there's plenty of stuff in it, weighs a mozza. So that's what's going on. And then I got another couple of litres up of the Northane, and I have to tin it to pale bleed 35 myself. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. I tint lots of gel coats, but paint's a different story. Anyway, we'll have a crack, and we can say goodbye to the pinholes. So if we just have a look in the light here, you should be able to see them all there in that light. There's just thousands of them on this section, all the way right up to right about here, which is about where the window is. So I'm going to the window, so that gives me a bit of a indicator. So the window's here, so I'm going to come up to here. I don't really got enough paint to do any further, but you can really see them in the sunlight now. I just couldn't deal with that. It's just too much to deal with. So yeah, that side, I cut most of them out down here, but I was really nervous. I was going to go through, even though I did put a lot of paint on, but I still missed a couple. So I'm going to fill this section as well right to the end. This has all come up good now. I polished this the other day, but then I sanded through. I think I put that on the other video. So I've painted those. This side's nowhere near as bad with the pinholes, but I'm doing it anyway. And also I'm going to do at the top this one as well. This one all the way through, it's just shit with pinholes. I don't know if you can see them there, but there's quite a lot on it, and especially up here. There's probably see them in the sun here. There we go. Look at that. Some massive ones. So missed a bit of sanding there. I have to get that. So yeah, I'm going to go all the way through just on the side. I'll tape it all off and high build this all the way through. And high build from the window here, back, a lot of sanding, around the corner, tape it off to the edge here, because I've started polishing all this already, so that doesn't need it. There's a few pinholes in this, but by the time I put some pin striping that up there, you won't see them, they'll disappear. What else did I do? Oh, that's right, I painted under here, painted this all the way up. Even though that's gel coat up there, I sanded the gel coat. I didn't flatten it right off because, you know, if you want to get under here and have a look, I'll tell you what it is. But yeah, underneath it came up good. Looks way neater than what it did. Did both sides, obviously. Yeah, this side I just had a bit of a blemish there and sanded through. So I'll have to touch up that. Yeah. Apart from that, it's getting really close to getting the motor on. I'm going to paint this side as well. I had a little bit of high build primer, just a little bit left, and I just put it on just for a test. And yeah, that's 2 coats, not super thick, but yeah, it smashed the pinholes. So, and I haven't sanded all the way back. There's one there, but that's it, which I can sand back, and I think I'd get that if I take that all the way back, which I will. You can see a few there which have been filled with the primer, and then I've sanded it back off and they've disappeared. So yeah, anyway, I'm pretty confident that we're going to get them. I chipped all the stuff back for to put the gunnel rubber on. Gunnel rubber turned up today, or yesterday. And where is that little piece? It's not as broad as what I imagined it was going to be. Where is it? Oh, here. So we got the white with the black strip. It's supposed to be 40mm, but it's not very deep. You know, like if you get the black stuff, it's super deep. So I had to go around and knock all this off because I couldn't get it to. I wouldn't have been able to get it to go on properly. I still can't. I think it's still short on there. Maybe I didn't check that bit. Here's better. Yeah, so that's going to go on there, all right. But yeah, I'll have to sand that back a bit more. I did the other side because the other side was fat like that. I did have this little piece cut off, and I just carried it around with me to do each bit so I could make sure it was going to fit on. So that's going to fit all right by the time it pulls up, because that's going to come around the corner real tight. Yeah, so I spent a couple of hours chipping it all off, neatening it up, and I had to take this back a bit thinner. I had to sand that back because it was too fat, like this side, which I didn't even take much notice of that. I did sand this corner off, but I did check the corner, which is good, but I didn't check that bit there, so I'll have to sand that back. Friggin' hell. Right, okay, something else to do. Yeah, but there's probably a bit there too. That's probably going to be a bit. It's a bit. Oh no, that's all right. It's going to be good. I like leaving a bit of shit on because it just helps lock the gunnel rubber in. If it's too smooth, it doesn't seem to hang on that well with just Sicker, and I don't have time to resin it here. The resin goes off too quick. You could probably use epoxy stuff, but a bit slower, but then you've got the fear of it coming off just sitting there waiting to dry. So yeah, I just use Sicker, and it gives me about an hour's grace by the time I start till the time I finish, and it starts to go off. Okie doke. Right, I can't exactly remember what we got up to in the last video. I will edit it out if I've gone over the same shit again. But multitude of fucking errors. As we spoke about earlier, we had lots of pinholes in this side. So I got some high build, the Jotun, which I told you which paint I was using. So we sprayed it. Then the boys in Perth sent me up another 4 litres of paint, coloured, wrong colour. This is the new colour. This is the real pale blue because it was the wrong colour and it's Christmas and I just couldn't afford the time to wait. So anyway, I sprayed the whole bloody hull again in the new pale blue. What's going on with me thing? Hang on a second. Just stop.
Progress report. Take 2 on the colour and spray paint job. Now slightly a different colour and into the second coat.
Did you sense?
Come up quite a classic colour, I think. painter extraordinaire having a break over there.
How hot are you? The screen because it's got some overspray on it. So this is the new colour now, which is the pale blue, which I don't know, can't say I'm overly impressed with it, but you know, after painting it on, I've just been polishing the shit out of it today, so I've put the 1010 polish, I'll show you what that is, which is a Gleason's polish, and then I've just been going over with the light 3M one on the heavy pad. This pad's a grouse pad, it's getting pretty warm, but it's amazing the difference between the different pads. I'll show you the different pads. This is the cutting pad, but I find it awesome for everything, but it's wearing out, so I've got to get another one. Anyway, I polished it today, then I've had to respray because for some reason, because it's been so hot, like 40 degrees painting, when the paint's been going off, it's blushing so quickly that it's staining the paint. I don't actually, anyone out there that's a painter maybe can help me out here. I'm not a spray painter like I said before. I'm learning, it's a learning process, everything's a learning process. But yeah, so it comes up with like a cloudy, there's a little bit on the hull here, but I think I've polished it out. Oh, it might be just there. I don't know if you can pick that up on the video, but there's just there. Now, I don't know what the hell that is. I will paint that out at some stage. It's not going to happen now. I'm desperately trying to get the boat up, going. I actually painted this section again because it had pinholes in it, and I've really laid it up thick so to get rid of them. And this section here had this blushing through it, and there's a little bit down here, which is right there. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. I can't see, my eyes are fucked. But see that? I don't know what it is. I don't know if I've cut through and gone to the high build primer underneath. I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't see myself cutting through it because like I've put some serious paint on this freaking thing. Like this had four, yeah, probably 4 coats. Like in the last coat, I was fully opened up on a 1.8 tip. Like anyone out there that knows spray painting, that's painting on high build primer type stuff because being so hot I couldn't get it to lay up at all, like to lay up nice and lay flat. And you know, like here's a perfect example of trying to build it up and then it's pinholed on me, just trying to get paint on it. This side I painted again the other day because it was the same, it was shit, so I've sprayed all this again. And then today I found that blushing again just here, and I've sprayed this up again, this section. I've never had it before. I mean, I haven't painted other boats either, but you know, I think it's the weather, but I don't know. Hopefully someone out there can help me out. But yeah, so anyway, I've cut the hull. There was a little bit of the blushing up here. This, I don't know if you can see it. There was a little bit up the front of the boat here, but I think it cut out when I did the ultra fine cut. It seemed to cut out of this one. It was around about here where this little pinhole is here. This, like I said, I didn't get every pinhole. I got 99% of them, but not all of them. It was around about here, so that means it's telling me there's plenty of paint still on the boat. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know, I'm sick of fucking learning. I just can't be fuck learning anymore. I've got the bloody flu. Anyway, this has come up okay, but it needs to be cut again. You can see it's still a little high, but I just cut this back by hand with 800 because I didn't want to go through again. I went through on the corner here, and I went through here, and because I'm using a machine and I'm trying to get it done quick, and if you use a soft pad on here, the soft pads roll over the edges and cut the edges a lot. So I did go to just a hard pad, which I'll show you what I mean. Probably everybody knows, but anyway. Oh, this is the Gleason. That's great. This shit's unreal, really good. Where's me sander? What's on at the moment? There we go. I've got the soft pad on at the moment. It's 10mm, quite soft. But the only thing is when you go on hard, like I've got to cut this down to I run it on about number 4. What have I got on the moment? On number 3, because if you run on the edges, it cuts the edges out super quick. Because of the soft pad, it'll sort of fold over the edges. So I use that on the hull when, you know, because the hull's not smooth. I mean, not flat, I should say. And you've got to be really careful about the edges along, you know, on any of the chine edges, any of these edges here, you'll go through really easy. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm telling anyone that they don't already know that, but if you're out there and you're about to start, be really careful. And what I do now, on the edges here, you'll see that there's still some orange peel, but I don't take it off because I'll buff that out. That bit of orange peel there will buff out with the 1010. It'll go down to 800 cut. So you can buff that out. So don't take your edges off, leave your edges on there, and then you can take it off with polishing later. It mightn't get it today, but you'll get it in the next couple of, you know, in the next month or so when you polish the boat again, you'll get rid of that. Up here, where it was shit on this corner here, it's actually come up pretty good. This will buff and it should blend in quite nice. What else have we done? Oh, the back's done, so it's not too bad. I mean, it's nice and shiny, but there is spots that I don't like. There's a spot here, a couple of pinholes. You probably won't see them once the gunnel rubber goes on. Here, I haven't actually polished the top of these yet. You can see that's quite flat. I'm nervous because I polished through all of this, so what I'll do is I'll probably just go over this with 1000 grit paper very gently. This I did hit with a buff today, just to see how it goes. I've got like a little blemish here, which I will fill. A couple of little pinholes. I'll mix up some paint and fill them and let them harden off, and I'll sand them out. Done the transom itself because I'm desperate to get the motor on, so it's actually come up pretty good. Transom, first time I've ran my eye along it. It's actually going to be alright. A little bit of a mark there, but I'll get that out with a bit of, easily with a bit of 400, and then I can buff that out. But you actually won't see that because the motor's going to cover it anyway. But I've got a couple of little bits here to buff out. And I've still got pinholes in here, which I don't know, I didn't see them, but maybe I did see them, I just didn't want to. But what I will do is I'll mix up some paint and I'm just going to daub those out. And then I'll leave them harden for a couple of weeks and I'll come and cut them out so I can't see them. But I'm not respraying the whole freaking thing. It's too hard. This I polished and cut today, very much similar to the other side. Then I blushed through and I've resprayed it, which I think I said before. But yeah, anyway, we're bloody close. I'm going to have them, well, what day is it? It's Christmas Eve. I'm still going. I don't know what time it is. Had a few beers, which has been kind of handy, made it not as painful. There's a scratch right there, look at that. Oh no, it's not, it's just the polish, that's right. So I reckon my mate comes down on the 27th, so I reckon I'm going to give him a hand to put the motor on. So we'll have the motor on, but I still don't have a helm pump. Okay, bit of an update. New Year's Eve. Motor's about to go on. Drilled the holes yesterday. Hope they're in the right spot. Still got to put some bungs in it. I don't know, I got some bigger bungs, but I don't know. You do all this work and then you go and put holes in everything. It kind of takes me ages to drill them because I just hate putting holes in it. Paint job's done. Hull's been polished. I've got a bit of a problem with some of the white on the other side here because it was so hot painting. Spoke about it earlier. But I'm going to repaint all this. This is all getting repainted right the way down to here. So I'm just not happy with it. It's just shit. It won't polish up. It's got this blushing in it. Like there's a bit there. There's a bit up here. Anyway, a bit there. Look at it there. All there. It's just shit. Anyway, I'm redoing that. Here's our motor. Wife's home from work. How you going, wifey? There's our motor. She's being towed round. Just got to get Make's fork to put it on. So with a bit of luck, we'll have a motor on today. No. Yep.
Drag it.
I did drag it. Yes. All right, there she is. Mustard blue or something. Okay, borrowed me mate's fork. The pub, local publican, so we're just about to drop it on. The mate's coming around and give me a hand, so I'm just hanging off for 5. So yeah, it should look alright with the 225, I reckon. So we're getting bloody close now. Well, we're not close to finish, but we're getting close to have the motor on, and then yeah, so looking good, looking good. I'll get back to you when we get it on. Well, today it was connecting all the cables to the motor. So I had to make a temporary helm post because it's a vertical controller. So I've just temporarily attached one to the side of the boat, which actually works alright. But I'm going to get a side mount because when I fill this all the section in, it's going to be side mount. Just about to put the gauges on, but I've got a bit of overspray on my beautiful gel coat work, as you can just see there. And I'm out of polish, I'm out of everything, and being bloody Christmas, it's taken everything a million years to get here. Everything's looking a bit dirty though, a bit dusty. So anyway, that's going to do for now. Cable's ready to go in. I've got the helm pump coming. I bought the helm pump second hand off actually the same bloke that I bought the motor off. So yeah, it's on its way down from Karratha. So now I've just put the transducer in today. I put the pickup for the live bait tank and the washdown pump in the other day. So we're actually ready to get in the water. We can actually get in the water now because all the holes are filled. I haven't put any bungs in it yet. I'm just debating, anyone out there not have any bungs and just use the bilges? Don't know, I'm thinking that because I just hate putting holes in all my good work to drain bloody water out through my timber. I know you can seal it, and I do that, and I put glass in there and I seal it up and blah blah blah, but it just, water always gets in. Anyway, any thoughts on that one? That'd be handy. Cables are all in, cables are here, nearly there. There's a got to go, plugs, blah blah blah. Got all the gauges to put in, drilled all the holes, cut everything, it's all going to fit nice. So all I'm waiting on now is for the 6th, because I need the bracket made up for my wavebreaker. So I need the bracket made up, and old mate's not coming back to work until the 6th, so I'm kind of screwed. I can go without a wavebreaker, but it kind of looks like you're driving a car without a roof, you know. But yeah, motor's come on pretty good. Everything's connected up alright. I don't know exactly. Haven't ran the motor yet. It's got no oil in it yet, so I've got to put some oil in it. Yeah, so I've just got to make a couple of adjustments on that because they didn't put enough shims in there, that's just shit workmanship. I've got some extra shims I got off a mate, so I'm going to take that off and shim that so that doesn't do that anymore. Drill the hole, put that through because the curvature of the boat, because it's going to look on a bit of an angle. But what I'll do is, well, today I'm trying to get the wavebreaker fit, so I got my mate to weld up my aluminium brackets so that goes face down. Trouble is, because it's been out of the mould for so long, the edging is all sort of straightened up a bit, so I've got to have to clamp it all back, and then I've got to get the angles right here to put this bit, goes on here like that, so I've got to cut these so they fit nice. I don't know whether I'm going to weld it or not yet. I don't know if you can see that with the sun, but anyway, that's what it's going to look like. I've got to do the gel coat again because it didn't really go off that well. Being hot, I went down to a 0.7, but it was too low in catalyst, so it's still sticky. So I'm going to have to go again, sand it off and go again, which is going to be a pain in the ass. But the boat now, yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's all sanded. I've polished all this yesterday. Along here, it's just where I've washed it, to put the gunnel rubber on, so I'm going to put the gunnel rubber on this afternoon when the wife gets home from work. I've still got some shit patches in the white, which I've mentioned before. You probably can't even see them, but I can. There's a patch just here where it's blushed out, a patch there. So once I get the boat up and running and I'm all sorted, I'm going to repaint. I'm going to repaint all this because I don't like it at all. So you can see it on the corner just there, right there. I mean, and it's sort of porous, so as you can see, like as soon as I rub it, it rubs dirt into it. Yeah, there's a little bit here on the hull, but not much on the hull, thank Christ. Helm's in. Still waiting on the helm pump. It's coming down from Karratha. It should be here, I don't know, on the weekend or something, hopefully. So I've wired it up. It's only roughly wired because all this is going to come out again eventually, so I've tucked it all up. I've still got to neaten all this up yet because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put the batteries. Bilge pumps are in. So I've just neatened up, you know, just best I can. Had to make myself up a little helm because it's a vertical helm, so that's temporary. I think I had that on the last bit. Switching panels in, so 2 bilges down the bottom, nav lights. That's pretty much all I've got at the moment. And the sounders and that. So what I did is I've put the sounders on a board because I just didn't want to drill any holes in the top deck, and I've ran the cable out that way from inside. I just don't want any holes in it. I don't know, it's just very annoying. So in here, very minimal, but it works. I'll put some conduit and that on this and clip this up properly. That runs to the fridge. Obviously nav lights and transducer, so I'll neaten that up before we get underway. And I've just got to get some larger P brackets to square all this up to make it all nice and straight, and straighten that one up, straighten that one so it's nice. But anyway, it doesn't look excuse me, doesn't look too bad. I've got some clear perspex for the windows, so I think I'm just going to make them out of clear, and then I'm just going to spray them black from the inside. So for now, and then down the track, if I can afford it, I'll maybe get some nice windows made, but yeah, a bit out of the price range at the moment, that's for sure. And then, so I reckon by the end of the weekend, if the helm pump turns up, I've got the lines already in, motor starts, sounds good. And what else have we done? I still haven't put any bungs in it yet because I've only got big bungs, and I don't really want to put the big bungs in. I'm going to wait until we get some small chrome ones in and I'll put them in. But for now I'll run without bungs and I'll just bilge it out. I've still got to screw that on. That means I've got to put holes in the boat again, you know, that whole thing again. Yeah, polished all the rest of this up yesterday. It's a big job on the buffer. As you can see, I've got shit everywhere, but that'll all wash off. I've only got one bilge through because there was only one at the tackle shop that I could get hold of, and the other ones were black, and I didn't want black. I did want chrome, but cost again. I was like, man, I'm not paying 50 or 60 bucks for an outlet. So, you know, it's $100 for 2 outlets. That's not happening. Yeah, a lot of dusters. I handed on it already. Still not too happy with the way this has come up. Oh, I just got a bit of polished stuff on there yesterday from polishing. Looks like I missed a bit there. Oh no, just polish left on. Yeah, anyway. Very, very, very close.